Thursday, January 22nd. You're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host for today, Jason Cooper, alongside my producer for the next hour and a bit, Jacob Gramegna. Behind the boards, fresh off an MRI. Everything go well?
Yeah, if they did the MRI, I have my results.
You had no metal in your pockets. You're good to go. You weren't flying around stuck to the...
There's metal in my knee, so that may have... I'm sure it was all fine.
Okay. Hopefully it's all good. We'll find out the results next week. Maybe we'll do like a live reveal on air. Get the doctor on here as well to talk us through.
That'd be great.
Talk us through what's up with the knee.
Can Jacob stop wearing a brace?
Good stuff there. And maybe he can talk us through, part of the reason why you might have torn your ACLs because you grew up near an electronic plant. So
that's true.
There's a lot going on there. Maybe there's smoke, fire, who knows. Yeah. Maybe you need to talk to the 49ers. Maybe you'll consult for them. Anyways, got a great show for you today. Leading things off, it's Thursday. We got Drew coming on. We're going to be talking some conference championship games. If there's a little bit of time left on the board here, if there's a little bit of time left in the segment, we got some fun, potentially some fun Oscar talk. If we got some time left. No guarantees, but I can't wait to get into that with Drew. Specifically the, obviously, NFL. But listen, I'm all for these fun, interesting markets. After that, we got Matt Winick coming on. Lot to talk about in college basketball with the Charles Bediako situation. Probably pronouncing his name wrong, but guy played 3 years in college, went 2.5 years to the G League, and then now he's back in college. How can you do that? I don't know. Matt will talk us through that one. Talk us through some of yesterday's games. And talk about some games tonight. Tons of mid-majors matchups. Hopefully he has some bets for us. I'm sure he will. Then finally we close out the show. Edgebrook Overtime. Alex, So Money. Breaking things down for the NHL slate. Had a great day on Tuesday. Winning day on Tuesday. It was Win-News Day for the Edgebrook crew. Anyways, before we get into our first guest, before we bring on Drew, just got to quickly remind you guys about our Thursday Best Bet show. If you want to fire on the on the conference championship weekend, we've got our Thursday Best Bets Super Show, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Forward Progress YouTube channel. We got Rob, we got George, we got Suma, we got Austin Mock. They'll be giving out their best bets, breaking down the games in full. That's tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. We've had some great shows in the past 2 days. Isaac gave out a big bomb banger, 10-1. Ended up winning, a little SGP there. Yesterday, really bothers me giving him credit, but Mr. Peanut Butter came on here, talked about some awards markets. Wemby, Defensive Player of the Year. It's like around 750 on FanDuel. Now it's down to like plus 400. Great shout out there. I'm kicking myself because I didn't get in. I thought I could take a day maybe. Figure things out. Nope. So hopefully some of you got in on that plus 750 that was available on FanDuel.
How about Kirk?
Kirk.
Whose handicap hinged directly on RJ not playing. Or RJ playing.
And then he didn't play.
Well,
they got the over.
They did get the over, but the other two lost.
He was also close on Grady Dick, to be fair. Dick only 19 minutes. I think it was under 9.5 points or 7.5 points?
I looked back to see how Grady Dick was 7.5.
Yeah,
it closed 8.5 though.
Okay.
I looked back to see where he picked up the information from, and to be fair, I can see where the handicap is coming from.
Yeah. Jamal Sheed smoked that.
Shed.
Yes. Jamal Shed. We'll get rid of the A if it's not Sheed.
No, I can see the handicap. I know I'm roasting it, but I could see how he thought it was like a decent source.
Yeah.
They didn't explicitly say Barrett was going to play, but they said he's trying to play essentially.
Yeah, makes perfect sense there. Listen, maybe he's just got to stick to totals. He's better total record on this show than props, which is kind of crazy to think about, but it is what it is. That's all variance. Good Green 42 saying Kirk equals trash. You got to get on here next time he's on here and tell him he's trash. We'll relay that information.
Yeah, we didn't see you yesterday.
Yeah,
unless you're silently tailing.
Yeah, if you're silently tailing, that's okay. But
in which case he went 1 and 2.
Yeah, not the worst day. Definitely had worse days for Kirk. Anyways, let's bring on our first guest here. Excited to talk to him. I actually specifically wear another oatmeal sweater that I have. He's an NFL, NBA, tennis handicapper, betting analyst for NBC Sports Bet, co-host of the Deep Dive podcast, and a bottom-up wine connoisseur. Drew, how's it going? I think you're muted, Drew.
Sorry, yeah, man, it's going great. Thanks for having me on as always. And I forgot to wear my oatmeal sweater so we could twin it up today, but looking sharp as usual.
I appreciate it. Listen, I know you'll be back next week wearing the oatmeal. You won't forget. If you need, I'll send you a reminder.
I just got a new one.
You did? Okay. I'll actually send you a reminder over text. By the way, schedule send, little sharp little piece of information for those out there. If you have any, if you have an iPhone and your friend has an iPhone, you can schedule send messages. I've been doing that quite a bit. Little good morning messages, how's it going messages. It's plus EV move of the week there, bringing that back. But the schedule send, massive stuff. I'll actually set that up before we get off air. But Drew, how are things going? I know you've been back into tennis, back into NBA. NFL's starting to close up now. How are things with you?
It's all over the place, man. The tennis time window is so chaotic. It just completely wrecks me in the mid part of January. Not sleeping great.
All right, well, hopefully we can get some good results here in the NFL so you can get some better sleep at night here. Let's start with the NFL though. Patriots, Broncos. I mean, the biggest story of this game is the Jarrett Stidham, what's happening there. We've seen this line move all the way out to like 6.5-ish for the Patriots, juice towards the Broncos when we hit that 6.5 point. But now it's come back quite a bit here. Broncos and Patriots 4.5, slight juice towards the Patriots on FanDuel. We've seen it kind of bounce back and forth between this 5.5, 4.5, the dead zone. I don't know if we'll touch 3. Totals at 42.5. Talk us through this game.
Yeah, so my gut was this was going to go the other way, so I'm already wrong there. I should point that out. But my opinion was largely that, hey, experience matters so much in the playoffs. Like, the market is not going to love a guy making his first playoff start in an AFC Championship game, even if it's at home. And so the fact that people are finding reasons to believe in Stidham is interesting to me. Mm-hmm. I think you can kind of look across the space, look across the people who are creating content, who are getting midweek action down like myself, and there's a pretty strong consensus of you look pretty good in the preseason. Okay, good luck. Like, if that's what you want to hang your hat on, like, okay. I will note that support for, there's probably 2 prongs of support here. Some of it is people talking themselves into Stidham based on fill in the blank, some start he made in garbage time of a season for the Raiders, some start he made for the Broncos in the preseason. Like, okay, fine. Like, if that's what you want to hang your hat on, that's cool. There's another kind of prong of support that I feel like is largely just Sean Payton, belief in Sean Payton, that he's going to have, some kind of plan crafted that's going to surprise people. And the kind of element of the surprise is maybe the one aspect of believing in the Broncos that I would buy into, right? Like, there's no tape on this guy. There's no like tendencies and, game specific defensive coordinating plan that they can use to take away what he wants to do, because no one knows what that is. And so there's going to be an element of surprise, I think, especially early in this game, where someone who is as skilled and as experienced as Sean Payton in terms of crafting offense is probably going to have a pretty awesome scripted drive. He could have just a general philosophy in the second quarter that catches the Patriots a little bit by surprise. Now, Patriots are likely to adjust to that. I think Stidham is likely to create some turnovers in this game. Payton on record basically saying he's not going to rein in Stidham. He's going to let him rip it. They're not intending to win this game with some sort of minimal attack and pray their defense can stop Drake May, because news alert, I'm not expecting their defense to stop Drake May. This is kind of an interesting, they're probably going to have to score into the mid-20s if they want to win this one, and I think that's the mindset they're coming into this game with. And I'm fine believing that they'll do it, but I also think that if you're going to take the reins off of Stidham, that comes with the cost of he's probably going to turn over the ball a couple times. Certainly could see a world where the Patriots are able to get him under pressure in, third and long situations and force turnovers potentially. I know that the offensive line for the Broncos is absolutely awesome, but their weapons aren't especially able to separate, and the Patriots secondary is playing really, really well right now. So takeaways feel like they're in the cards, maybe for both teams with the way that Drake May has been playing lately. But I definitely think the kind of key matchup that I'm excited about in this one is the Patriots being able to find ways to score. There's a pretty clear line of, like how good is your quarterback? And if your quarterback is above the line, the Denver Broncos defense is not doing especially well stopping you. If your quarterback is below the line, they are absolutely snuffing you out. And for my money, Drake May is above the line and is going to have a solid day on Sunday and is going to be able to either play comeback mode effectively or put the Patriots in a position to play from ahead. A position where the Patriots succeed in the first half of this game probably means the game goes under and the Patriots win going away. But again, like I'm fine living in the other world as the more likely outcome where the Broncos are able to score early in this contest, give themselves a little bit of room, and then the Patriots run them down and ultimately win. My most likely outcomes here are Patriots by 3, 4, 6, 7. So I don't have a strong opinion here on the side, but my median points total is closer to 46. So I like the over here a lot.
All right, over 42.5 is what we're looking at here. And I can see where you talk about with the Denver Broncos, how they have Jarrett Stidham could turn over the ball a bunch, potentially mean like a wide range of outcomes for this Broncos team, like you mentioned, which kind of makes sense why you're leaning towards the over here. My only concern is with Drake May. I feel like that left side of the offensive line has been relatively weak here against tougher defenses. And Drake May obviously has looked great this season, but he's been battle tested in this playoffs, so with tough defenses being able to get to him. He didn't look great in that first half against Houston. Looked a lot better in the second half, though. I just wonder what version of Drake May we'll get in this game. But you can make a case for both teams here.
Yeah, I definitely. The Texans are, to me at least, that's like a supercharged pass rush relative to the Broncos. And I think there are fewer obvious, like, here's how you attack Houston, right? Like there are fewer weak spots, and defense, of course, weak link system. And I think the book is kind of out on the weak links for the Broncos defense. And if Josh McDaniels doesn't have some stuff cooked up to attack their linebackers in coverage and Riley Moore in coverage, then I would be a bit surprised. I think that the Patriots have a deep enough set of weapons, particularly if Booty is the number one, and you can use him to you can use his gravity to pull Surtain out of plays, then all of a sudden you can probably create a lot of space for Diggs. This feels like a Diggs kind of a game to me, and it feels like a running backs in the passing attack kind of a game as well. If you can get guys the ball in space near the sidelines, you can do some serious damage to Denver as well. I know they're a good tackling team, but most of their strength is kind of up the spine, and Drake May can definitely precision pass his way on the sidelines better than almost anyone else we saw in football this season. So for me, May is exactly the type of quarterback that can hurt this Denver defense, and the Denver is going to have to score if they expect to win. So that has kind of led me in that down that path of over.
All right, interesting stuff here. Over for you. Our running backs in the passing game, if you're looking to attack a prop angle, also Diggs as well, looking to exploit Riley Moss, who I've been told is my doppelganger, which is a term these kids use.
Did I say Riley Moore?
I think so. Whatever. Whatever. There's so many names in football. But yeah, been told he's my doppelganger, which is just like a better version looking doppelganger of myself. It's from Eric Eager. But yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to the next game here. Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks 2.5-point favorites here at home. A team that's just been like so dominant at home, it feels like. But this game can go either two. Obviously, game can go many ways, but it feels like the Seahawks are just a completely different team when they're able to get the lead. I talked about it yesterday on the show. The Seahawks, obviously, they curb stomped the Niners, but I wonder how different that game would have looked if they didn't get that opening kickoff touchdown, because they're so dominant when ahead. Break down this game here for us. Who do you like, and do you think the Seattle will come out on top and make their way to the Super Bowl?
I think we're dealing with a little bit of recency bias here.
Okay.
I don't think you take anything away from that Niners game. The Niners were the Walking Dead into that one. Like, yeah, maybe if they don't get a kickoff return for a touchdown and some, some very positive plays early in that game, maybe it's more of a fight. But I don't think there was really any world where the Seahawks were, were winning that one by anything more than margin. So, by anything less than margin. So, I think, people want to be positive. Kind of build some higher expectations and be based on that. Okay. I still think that there is a relatively low ceiling on this offense because of Sam Darnold. And I think that the Rams kind of being healthy favorites now 2 weeks in a row and kind of coming through by the skin of their teeth, maybe less so against the Panthers, but certainly by the skin of their teeth against the Bears, has probably caused people to ask some questions, lose a little bit of confidence in LA. I've liked their game plan generally. The adjustments they made between game 1 and game 2 for how they wanted to attack Seattle. I think that it was a pretty fluky win by Seattle on Thursday Night Football that got them this home game. And in general, I would expect that that the Rams have a slight advantage on offense against the Seattle defense that can surely take away the run, but can be beat through the air. I'm kind of inclined to believe that the Rams defense is going to have a pretty solid day because of the loss of Charbonnet and the questions swirling around Charles Cross. If you can generate consistent pressure against Sam Darnold, that's how you turn him into a pumpkin. The Rams know this. I think they're going to try to do that. I think that is kind of that was plan A for them the first time they played, where they forced 4 turnovers out of Darnold. And I think that's pretty much all that you have to ask them to do for this one. So, will it work is a bigger question, but I actually was pretty impressed with the Rams defense overall on the film against the Bears. And yeah, the conditions helped, and yeah, Caleb Williams, had some inconsistencies in that one that helped them. And there were times during that game where the Bears made it look easy moving the ball on them. But overall, I was encouraged by that performance. I know they'll probably be without Byron Young. He matters, but not so much that they don't have a couple of waves of guys behind him that they can backfill with. So game to me kind of comes down to, does Stafford have like kind of a vintage midseason performance up his sleeve, or is what we're seeing from him over the last 6 weeks just the state of where his game is right now? And if it's the latter, then he's going to have a tough time scoring on the Seattle defense. So total a bit high, coming down correctly in my opinion, and Rams should be closer to pick by my numbers, especially if Cross misses. So that's kind of the one that I think flips this market if the market moves at all from here into the close. In general, I'm pro Rams in all my futures books. I think we talked before that Thursday Night Football game, and I'm banging on the table like last chance to get on the Rams futures right now. They're about to go beat the Seahawks on Thursday Night Football, and you'll never have another chance to bet them. And I did, and I didn't have any positive equity until like now. So, it's taken a long time to get to this point, but I still think the Rams are the better team.
Yeah, just the better team overall here. And like you said, with the way that Caleb Williams was moving the ball against the Rams last week, it's like Darnold's almost the antithesis of how he plays. It's like I've always said, Caleb makes the hard stuff look easy, the easy stuff look hard. Darnold, the complete opposite. So, bite down a little bit more on those easier throws for Sam Darnold, create a little bit of pressure for him, and he might struggle in this game. Should be a fun result either way. What a blessing of a 6:30 p.m. game here. You like that under 46.5 right now, minus 102 over at FanDuel, right? Like is that a good number?
It's a little high. I added some more Rams money line plus 126. I think again, like there's definitely a world where there'll be some CLV there if Cross is unable to go, which I'm getting the sense he is.
All right, if Cross is out, that could be a huge swing for the Rams.
Their backup tackles are bad.
Exactly. Before you head out here, you mentioned you want to talk about something different. You didn't want to talk about NBA. You didn't want to talk about. You were saying maybe the Olympics, but
there's still no markets for us in the offshore space.
We still got to
waiting for liquidity there.
All right, then let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun with some Oscar stuff. Anything you like in terms of the Oscars board? I mean, personally, from the movies, I haven't seen one battle after another, which is minus 475 to win. From what I heard, it's a huge. They call it an Oscar bait movie, but like. Damn, Marty Supreme was a good movie. Anything you like in terms of the Oscars?
Well, you should watch one battle after another, but don't go into it with like super high expectations, I guess.
Okay.
I saw it in like the wake of hearing people just like clamoring that it was the movie of the decade, blah, blah, blah. And I watched it and I was like, that was movie of the decade? Oh, movies are in a bad state then. And it's not that it was bad. It's just that I think it was a little bit overhyped. And that said, you could say that pretty much about every movie on this Oscar Best Picture nominated list, in my opinion. So I don't know if you were following this morning. I mean, most everybody's probably locked in on sports, but the Oscar nominations came out at like 5 a.m. here in LA. And the big news was that Sinners broke the record for most nominations for a film, like with 16. They've added some categories, so it's kind of like getting like all-time, football records for a season when we're 17 games now. But I'll allow it. So with all that Sinners kind of positive buzz, people are kind of, the market and the prediction markets especially were very like, oh, maybe Sinners has a better chance for Best Picture than people realize. Are they going to split the awards and give Paul Thomas Anderson director and Sinners picture? I think this is your buy low chance on one battle after another. Personally, to me, a lot of times the body politic of the Academy Awards will try to make a statement via nominations and then not at all carry through with awards, right? And that's kind of where I feel Sinners lands. Like they'll give it this second wind of people going to see it and this cultural moment for, the most ever nominations. But I really feel like it's like the story coming out of the Oscars is going to be like Sinners 1, 2 out of 16 or something like that. And it's probably going to be the 2 music nominations. So I'm against Sinners for Best Picture. I think One Battle After Another wins that one pretty comfortably. One Battle After Another is going to be 1 or 2 on pretty much every ballot, and they do rank choice if you didn't realize. But so I think you can find One Battle After Another right now at some of the prediction markets at like 69%. That should be closer to 85 in my opinion. So that's a healthy edge on yes for One Battle. Best director is a runaway for Paul Thomas Anderson, I think. Actress is a runaway for Jessie Buckley of Hamnet. Actor, probably your boy, Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme. That's not that it was an especially amazing performance from him, but between what he did last year as Bob Dylan and then not getting it and then backing it up with another solid performance, this feels like, okay, he's done enough. We're going to give the guy the Oscar finally. And plus the rest of that category is kind of weak in my opinion. So I think Chalamet gets his actor nom. Supporting actor is a fun one. Coming into the full cycle of awards, this was expected to be Sean Penn for One Battle. He has slipped aggressively because he's not picking up some of the kind of indicator awards. So the winner of that, like the headline was Sinners, 16 noms, but the secondary headline to me was this Norwegian movie called Sentimental Value. That got way more nominations than was expected. Like we're talking like 3 or 4 times as many as expected. Stellan Skarsgård, in my opinion, almost certainly will take home the supporting actor for that one. And I think if you see a market pop for best international film, that was going to be a really, really hotly contested category because there was a bunch of really good international films this year. I think that the voting is pointing pretty clearly to Sentimental Value is just going to win that one. So excited to see what that number opens up for them. And, and I think again, like kind of overall, some of the secondary awards, like Best Original Screenplay, like Sinners is 81%. Like that could lose, right? Like there's definitely a lot of the Sinners has had its moment here with the nominations, and people are going to now go in a different direction. So keep your head on a swivel there and look for some betting opportunities against. I'm not 100% sold that Tiana Taylor's going to win supporting actress for One Battle After Another, but I don't have a great second option, so I haven't bet anything there yet. But yeah, actress and actor in a supporting role are the ones where it feels like Skarsgård is short, and Skarsgård is a little light. He should be higher, and Tiana Taylor's a little high. Somebody could scoop her there.
All right. You mentioned their best supporting actor, Stellan Skarsgård, for sentimental value right now, -120. Obviously, again, this stuff is like super low limits, but we're just having fun with this. All right.
Oh, sure.
-120 at FanDuel, so you can scoop that up, and then also sentimental value, best international feature film, -125 as well.
Oh, that's a good
FanDuel.
price.
So there you go.
I would have guessed it was like more like 160, 180, 125 for right now.
Yes,
that's good.
Yeah. All right,
that's a good bet.
2 great prices for the Oscars. Which when do the Oscars happen? Is this this weekend or next weekend?
No, it's like March 1st or something.
March 1st. Oh wow, it's a long ways away. Look at me knowing my stuff. Anyways, Drew, appreciate you coming on. Always a fun time. Hope everything's going well, and we'll talk next week. Maybe I'll get some more wine tips from you.
I was even ahead of it. It's Sunday, March 15th.
Oh my goodness!
So
all right, wow.
just
we got
just
time.
a few weeks away.
We got time. All right, Drew, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
All right, best luck, man.
All right, awesome stuff there from Drew. Let's get a little early on this Stellan Skarsgård and sentimental value love here. So, yeah, great stuff from Drew as always. All right, we got Matthew Winick coming on next. Before we do, just got to give a quick shout out to our sponsors over at FanDuel. Football fans, you can call your own plays during the conference championship game with FanDuel, because when you get into playoff mode on FanDuel, you get to choose your reward. That's right. This round, all FanDuel customers can choose between a no-sweat bet or a profit boost. Big-time games call for big-time choices. Just head over to FanDuel.com/forward-progress to choose your reward. It's just one of the many reasons why FanDuel is the best way to game day. That's FanDuel.com/forward-progress to choose your reward for every round of the NFL playoffs. We only have 2 rounds left. Start your run today on America's #1 sportsbook. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas and Kansas Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/China, Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts. Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. All right. I'm interested to hear how Sinners was propaganda. Didn't get that from that movie. I just thought it was a good movie. Anyways.
What?
Yeah, right? Like,
It's weird.
what was propagandistic? Am I using that word right? About Sinners. I don't know. I thought it was good. Thought it was pretty fun. An interesting movie. I wonder who's there. I want cinematography. Are they favored for cinema? Oh, Frankenstein. Okay. I thought the cinematography was better than Sinners. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's bring him on. Made him wait a little long. Apologies to you, Matt Winick in the background. College basketball analyst and consultant. Does content over at the Basket under review. Matt, my friend, how's it going? Well, give us a second here. Sorry, Matt. We just got to bring you up on screen. We're gonna get him in here in just a sec. There he is. How's it going? Sorry.
There we go. That was not an Oscar worthy beginning there, but that's we got those bets locked in, so we're good to go for March 15th.
There we go. Exactly. Sorry about that. Let's get right into things here. Want to start off, talk some college basketball with the Charles Bediako, probably pronouncing his name wrong. This whole situation, 3 seasons with Alabama. Then he went to the G League for a couple of years. Now he's back with Alabama. I mean, what's your reaction to this? How does this improve Alabama's odds to win conference, national championship? How do you quantify this stuff? What's going on?
Well, first of all, it's very likely that Charles Bediako plays 1 game.
Okay.
In an Alabama uniform for the second time, because he got a very, very brief injunction in the courts. He's going to play on Saturday against Tennessee. Who knows how many minutes? Probably not more than like 10 or 15. And that might be it. So we might be having this whole huge conversation, hoopla for nothing. He helps. Alabama had the #1 2-point defense in the country when he started as a sophomore, his last time in a Crimson Tide uniform. They have had some issues defending the rim. They've had some issues with foul trouble in their front court. He'll help. He'll definitely help, especially against a Tennessee team that is not extremely competent from beyond the arc. They're going to look to get the ball inside. What does this mean for the future? It means that more people are going to try to fight the NCAA to take cases to court, because the NCAA has no recourse right now. They are very powerless. Short of just not letting teams that play ineligible players to go to the NCAA tournament, there's not much they can do. And I hate to break this to you, this is the most high-profile case, but there are other players in college basketball right now who are ineligible and are playing because courts said they could.
Oh, interesting. So I'm just not on top of my stuff here. Mark Pope had some strong words, and you mentioned it there as well, where the only thing the NCAA can do is just not let these teams into the tournament. Do you think we're going to get to that point when it comes to tournament or no?
No. The NCAA is not going to say, Alabama, you can't play because Charles Bediako played 15 minutes. That is at least written in court documents that they can't get punished for this decision. Bediako can't get punished for this decision. Of course, the NCAA can do what they want, but I don't see a world where they're like, you know what, let's not have Alabama in our tournament. It sets an interesting precedent. Obviously, precedents are being set on a daily basis right now, but I don't think that, I mean, if Mark Pope is going to say this because his team's not very good and he wishes he could do what Alabama just did. Yeah. It's all these coaches can step up there. I believe Tom Izzo at Michigan State because he's like a true old fashioned guy. But most of these coaches, when they're like, oh, this is wrong, it's ruining the sport. Like if the opportunity came to them, sat on their doorstep, they would take it. Of course, they'd take it.
Yeah, of course. They're all competitive. They all want to win. So I guess this Bediako stuff, if you can explain it a little bit more to me. So he's just going to play this one game and then that's it? Or is this just like a fluid situation?
Yeah, it's fluid. So he was ruled ineligible by the NCAA, which makes sense given he played college basketball, declared for the draft after 2 seasons, left, went to the NBA, signed 3 contracts, never played an NBA game, but did sign 3 NBA contracts, mostly 2-way deals, Exhibit 10 contracts, played in Summer League for the San Antonio Spurs. He's not doing a whole ton in the G League right now, kind of wasting away, making more money probably if he could play college basketball long term. NCAA said no. He brought a case to the courts. The courts were like, this is against the Constitution. You can play for now. We're giving you a 7-day emergency injunction. So this will be looked at from a larger scale court, and they will make a decision whether he's eligible or ineligible. Precedent would say he probably does get eligible. Once again, there are players that have played all season on injunctions. Connor Hickman at Charleston is one of those players. Freddie Hicks at Tarleton State, another guys that have exhausted their eligibility that were denied by the NCAA and originally denied by courts, getting injunctions to play despite that. Puff Johnson at Ohio State, this was just last week, same deal. So Bediako is going to be on this injunction until it's proven that he cannot play and courts rule against him, which once again, courts are not ruling against these cases lately. So he could play the rest of the season. But for sure, we only know this next game against Tennessee.
Okay, makes perfect sense there. Is this like a glaring issue to you in terms of like the sport, or is this heading towards or is this just a big nothing burger to you and just fuck it, let's get to the games?
Like if you're going to be paying players, AJ DeBonce is getting $5.5-6 million to play in college basketball, and you want to like sit here and tell me that it's like all the student athletes and the joy of the game, like that's been gone. So this was not the breaking point. The breaking point was a long time ago. College basketball has been a minor league sport for 5 years now, and just more things are happening to make it more professional-esque because the courts decided that it can't be an amateur sport. So they're getting paid. So former professionals are playing. There are guys that have played way larger, higher profile games in Europe and made more money than Charles Bediako has. But we don't care about that because it doesn't have the word NBA on it. Like, we're long past this. It is what it is at this point. I personally just choose to deal with it, live with it, enjoy it, and take it for what it is.
Yeah, I think maybe the people or the headlines, the media missing the forest for the trees here with the big 3 letters in all these headlines. Let's move on and talk yesterday's slate then. Kentucky beat Texas last night, 85-80, 4-2 in the SEC. Been on a bit of a heater here, winning 4 games in a row. Have you feel like this has improved their outlook at all to win in the SEC? Have you bumped them up in all in terms of rating?
No, okay. I do not. Mississippi State beating that team is not a huge accomplishment this year. They are really bad. LSU without their starting point guard, 1-point miracle win. Tennessee fall down huge, 2-point miracle win. And then beat Texas by 5 at home. That did not cover the spread. They are not back, so to speak. They are what they are. They have a lot of good players, no great players. They're deep without a superstar, and they can't really shoot the ball. So they're limited. They're likely a tournament team, but to expect them to make any run, I think would be very surprising in my eyes.
All right, let's move on to Purdue, who lost last night, their first conference loss to UCLA. Big Ten, probably one of the best conferences in basketball right now. How much do you think this loss hurts Purdue? Did you knock them down a bit in terms of rating? No.
These trips are hard, man. I've never taken a trip from Indiana to Los Angeles. Obviously, weather-wise, it's a big win. But it's hard to just like travel across the country and play basketball games on 2 days while I know we just said this is a professional sport, but like they do technically have school. It's not that easy to just travel cross country as a student athlete, go play in Los Angeles 2 days. I mean, they were already in LA against USC. They only won that game by 5. It's not like you go up and down the country. North Carolina just lost to Stanford and Cal. Like these East Coast, Central Coast teams that go play on the West Coast in these new mega conferences now in year 2 have really struggled. And I'm not going to be like, oh, Purdue sucks because they lost to UCLA. That was like a top 15 team in the preseason that has struggled this year. But Donovan Dent was amazing. In this one, UCLA played well. Purdue had a down game. They were on the other side of the country. It happened.
All right, let's flip over and talk the games for tonight then. We have a Big Ten matchup between Wisconsin, who are 5.5-point favorites right now on FanDuel, traveling over to Penn State. Totals at 160.5. Anything you like for this game?
I typically don't love to bet an under when there's that many points involved, but that would be where I lean here. Wisconsin's a very pick and roll heavy team with Nick Boyd and John Blackwell. They beat Michigan the other day, largely because in their pick and rolls, they popped out their big man. Their big man hit a ton of threes. Penn State is going to try to deny as many of those pick and rolls as possible, send 2 to the ball, and try to make them beat them one-on-one. And that is not something that Wisconsin has done effectively this year. Penn State is just not very good. Their talent is low. They're very freshman heavy, but largely European freshmen that have not rebounded or defended the rim very well. They're going to struggle to score here as well. Penn State's been slightly feisty at home this year, and then a complete no-show on the road. There's a chance this game's somewhat competitive, but I wouldn't feel extremely strongly about anything.
All right, slightly lean towards that under you mentioned there. Tons of games today, as there always is in college football or college basketball midweek here. Anything else you like today in terms of some of these mid-major matchups?
Yeah, let's have some. So there's a lot of day ball today because of the storm that is going to be taking over the Southeast. So if you're looking for some afternoon action sitting at your desk on a Thursday, let's have some fun and let's take Austin P minus 5.5. That game starts at 1 p.m. Eastern, so about 23 minutes from now. I believe the line's about 5.5.
Yeah,
let's take the home team to cover. I think Austin P is one of the better teams in the Atlantic Sun. It's an extra board league, but who doesn't want to watch basketball at 1 p.m.? Give me Austin P as the slight home favorite.
All right, Austin P minus 5.5, minus 115. Anything else you like for today, or even if are there lines posted for tomorrow's games? I thought I saw some for tomorrow, maybe not. But anything else you like for today?
Yeah, let's go later into the day. There's a really big Summit League matchup: South Dakota State and St. Thomas. Those are 2 of the 3 best teams in the Summit League basically every year. South Dakota State is unlikely to get blown out here on the road at St. Thomas. They're a pretty good matchup for what the Tommies like to do. 7.5 is too many points for me. I think this ends up being a very close game. If not, and South Dakota State win, I'd take them plus 7.5.
All right. Anything else you got, or if not, we'll move on. Just talk a little bit about bracket stuff. I know that doesn't really interest you, but I'm just curious to hear some of your thoughts.
We can go into the bracket. It does not interest me, but it's still a point worth touching on.
All right. So Andy Katz, of course, released his bracket for March Madness. Anything you agree, disagree with, and like, why does this stuff not matter to you? Like, it's just noise to you at this point of the year.
Well, first of all, anything can happen.
Yes.
There's still 2 months left in this season. The decisions are made by a committee. Like, who knows? Right now, Miami, Ohio is firmly in the tournament because they're undefeated. If they have 2 losses, then they're not in the tournament anymore. Mm-hmm. So it's all hearsay and thearsay. 2 weeks ago, Michigan was the best team in KenPom history, and now they're losing every game against the spread. It's impossible to really judge a team in a 2-week vacuum, in a 3-month vacuum. You have to take the full season as it is. And then, quite frankly, like, I know this takes the joy and the fun out of college basketball, and it's why most people watch, but I don't really care about seeding. I care about matchups. I want to know who's playing who. I don't care what number is beside your team name. It's the same thing with the AP poll. Like, I don't ever know, and I know this is bad because I work in college basketball media, but I don't know who's ranked what. Like, I just know who's better than who, and to me, that's what matters more. So to the people that love their bracketology, I definitely am not like hating on you. Like, that's a really fun, cool part of college basketball that a lot of people love. It's just not for me.
That's all right. It's not for you. I want to flip over and ask. I didn't add this to the sheet. I'm going to put you on the spot here before you head out here. FanDuel has a pretty interesting market, undefeated conference regular season. Just a couple teams listed right now who are still undefeated in their conference. Just some odds if they'll finish the season undefeated in their conference. Any team, the teams listed right now are UConn, who's undefeated in the Big East, Miami, who's undefeated in the MAC, Houston undefeated in the Big 12. Duke undefeated in the ACC, and then Arizona undefeated in the Big 12 as well. I don't know if Arizona and Houston play each other, but yeah, if that happens, then obviously one of those two teams is going to have a loss on their record. But anyone you like in terms of somehow finishing the season undefeated in conference?
Yeah, so Houston and Arizona do play each other once, and it is at Houston. So that's advantage Houston. But the game right before that, they have to travel to Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be like that. Those two games, and they also go to Kansas, which is a very hard place to win. Like, it's going to be hard to win the Big 12, to be undefeated in the Big 12. Now, the Big East, different story, because the Big East is really bad. For UConn, all they have to do really is beat St. John's, and they'll go undefeated. They get St. John's twice, at home and on the road. The only other top 25 team they play for the rest of the season is Villanova, also play home and road. So those are still 4 top 25 games they're going to have to pick up. It's not going to be easy per se, but I'd say that's a lot more likely than a Houston or an Arizona. And then with Miami, they don't get the top 2 teams in the MAC anymore. They only got Akron once, and they only got Kent State once, and they've already played both of them. So they have a real chance of going undefeated. Ken Pom says 7% chance of going undefeated in their league, but they've also gotten very lucky with 3-point splits. They've been on fire all season, 39% in conference play. They're going to have a really cold shooting game against an okay team, and I don't know if they can survive that. Miami definitely has the best chance because of schedule.
All right, Miami maybe the best chance of the schedule, but you said Ken Palm giving them 7% chance. Maybe you want to take the no at that at minus 1,000, which is a really gross plug your nose bet, but like the plus 520 is obviously, I mean, not the best price here, if at least compared to Ken Palm. Yeah.
I mean, that's sitting down on a lot of Tuesday nights and watching them play Toledo and Ohio a bunch of times, which if you want to do, by all means, but like there's probably a 3-point variance loss coming in one of those games.
Yeah, of course. All right. Matt, appreciate you joining the show. Any other final thoughts before you head out here in terms of college basketball, anything you've been focusing on or anything of that nature?
Yeah, there's going to be a bunch more games on Friday this week than normal because of that weather. They're going to space it out a little bit more between Friday and Saturday. So a lot of day ball opportunities if that's your type of jam, which I know it is for a lot of people. It sucks for the people in Tennessee and the Carolinas that are going to be snowed in for 4 days. But as a college basketball fan, it's good. More games at different times on the television.
All right. Love it. Matt, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Yes.
Awesome stuff there from Matthew Winick. You can follow him over on Twitter. Link is in the description down below. All right. That wraps up the first 2 segments of the Hammer Daily. Up next, we got your favorite hockey gooners, hockey edgers, hockey guys to talk some NHL stuff. Before we do that, though, quick reminder, of course, tomorrow, NFL props. If you love NFL props, you're going to want to tune in the show tomorrow. Jack Miller, who has been absolutely on fire all year, comes on the show, joins us, breaks down his favorite props heading into the weekend. Again, the way we like to structure that show, if you guys have questions, you're on the fence about a prop, anything like that, this show is as much your show as it is my show. So ask your questions in the chat. If you have any questions for Jack Miller, prepare them. Come tomorrow. We'll fire them away at him. If not, I'll talk with him. We'll do a full prop breakdown of both NFL conference championship games this weekend. All right. Sounds like So Money or Alex.
Let's do Guess the Line.
Oh, Guess the Line. Sorry. I heard Alex or So Money yawning in the background. Are they really bored of me talking? Anyways, Guess the Line. Let's do it here.
All right. Guess the line. 3 lines to guess. 3 guesses per line. And we are going to start off with Franz Wagner on the points, rebounds, and assists line as the Orlando Magic host the Charlotte Hornets.
Franz Wagner. There you go. Pronunciation was well, right? That was good.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to roll the R, but
okay, my bad. Maybe So Money and Alex are playing with us in the background here. Let's go with, I don't know, Franz Wagner. He's a starter.
very good player.
Very good start. Very good player. Very good starter. Seen his name a lot on the odds boards. Bet on him a couple times. 32. Sorry, 23 points, rebounds, and assists.
Higher.
Okay. Higher. Okay. 30 PRA.
Lower.
25.
25 and a half.
Sorry,
yes.
25 and a half.
25 and a half, yes. First one is correct. Okay.
All right, there we go.
Good start. Now, Jarrett Stidham. Rushing yards.
Whoa, I have no clue. I'd have a guess if it was Bo Nix, but 8.5? Like
Higher.
higher. Okay. I didn't know Stidham had that in his bag. What? 15.5?
Lower.
Okay. Good range here.
Yeah,
Good range
You
here.
did pretty well with that.
So money. What are you signaling me in the background here? 13.5.
Yes, it is 13 and a half. Well done. 2 for 2. Finally, the Washington Wizards, their team total as they host the Denver Nuggets.
Are they favorites or underdogs?
They are underdogs.
Okay. Let's go with 106.5.
Higher.
Higher. Okay. 113.5.
Lower.
I'm good. I'm getting good with the ranges.
Pretty good.
I think it's on the higher end here of the range that I gave. So let's go with 109.5.
Higher. It is 111 and a half, but pretty good effort on all three. 2 out of 3.
2 out of
That's
3.
Not bad. You gotta
Not
take
bad.
that.
Shout out to so many in the background helping me out
Yeah.
there. All right, let's bring him on up here. Great day on Tuesday. Alex looks like he's about to. Alex, you okay? You look like you're about to fall asleep.
Oh, no, I'm destroyed. Just got a significant sleep regression / separation anxiety situation going on here. I've got like 3 hours of sleep the last 2 nights broken up. It's been rough.
What's happening? What?
My kid's just not sleeping.
Okay. Oh, got it. It's the
He's
kid.
just not sleeping at all.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, it's transitioning to a new class, and I think that's throwing him into out of whack, and it's been a disaster. So just trucking along here, doing our best. That's all anyone can ask for, right?
Yeah, I thought the separation anxiety you were talking about was like the potential chance of the Montreal Canadiens slipping out of a playoff spot, like separating yourself from the stand. Anyways, it's not really happening.
It's me not doing the show with so money every day. That's the separation.
There we
only
go.
See him twice a week now is what's happening.
All right. Chosen's asking if you're face down in the pillow like Kirk.
I am. I'm not even laying down, man. It's been rough.
All right. Let's talk some NHL then. Hopefully you can get a little bit of burst of energy here. And I messaged you today. I said 8 games on the board today. I don't want to start the 7:00 games. I don't want to start at the 8:00 games. I don't want to start the 9:40 game. I want to flip over to tomorrow to start the day. I want to go Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Vegas Golden Knights against the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's the game I want to lead with. That's the game I want to break down here. It's a shame that this game is being played on a Friday. So, Money, you're nodding. You want to talk about this game too? I'll let you lead with this one. Marner's return to Toronto. Crazy articles flying around. I'm happy the stadium will be the loudest it's ever been. For how much shit we gave the New York Islanders for complaining about John Tavares, I'm curious to see how fans react to Marner coming back. A lot of fun stuff there. We'll see how it's going to be. I'm going to be in the building. We'll see how it is. So, Money, I'll let you lead. Talk me through this game. Opinions on this game and the whole debacle, theater, chicanery that's going to come with the Marner returning to Toronto.
You know, I actually don't think it's going to be that bad. I think that I would expect I mean, you're going to have some boos and stuff, but like I don't think it's going to be as bad as what the Islanders do to what they do to Tavares. But I'm excited about the game. I think it's going to be good. Just looking forward to it, I guess.
All right, and no strong opinions here. You don't like, I mean, Vegas on the back-to-back, a lot matters on what's happening tonight with them. Like, obviously, they could suffer an injury and things could go awry here. Right now, Vegas are slight favorites. It's close to a pick, -113 at FanDuel. Total's at 5.5. Do you feel the total maybe is like a little bit too low here? Or?
On tonight's game?
Sorry, on tomorrow's game versus the Leafs.
Oh, I haven't looked at tomorrow's game at all.
Okay. All right. Just intuitively with how many players or how many defensemen are out for the Leafs, feels like the total is low. It's just basically Jake McCabe and everyone else. Morgan Riley's not a real player. Alex.
Yeah, so money. Jason goes, I'm going to lead off with this game tonight. Let so money know. I did not let so money know.
my
So
God,
that
okay.
is my bad. That's on me, man. That's on me. Entirely on me.
All right. It's all good.
I
so
looked, though.
you
I
looked.
looked.
I didn't.
I looked.
Oh, I was nodding my head because I didn't know what you were talking about doing it tomorrow. And then you said the Vegas Leafs game. I was like, oh, right. That game is tomorrow.
Okay. Alex, I'll let you lead with this one then.
Hand up. Yeah. I do think if you're looking to bet it now, I don't think that closes where it is. I think Vegas ends up closing bigger favorites, even with the back-to-back, just given like, I don't think the Ekman Larson and Brendan Carlo injuries are priced in yet. There's sounds like, I mean, almost no chance either of those guys play. Maybe Carlo, but I don't think so. And they're just decimated on the blue line, and the team is just not playing well again. I mean, they went through that phase where they were getting results. The play didn't necessarily match, but they were definitely getting the results. And they've dipped again. It was a pretty ugly game against the Wild, and you can chalk that one up to like, well, first game back from a road trip. But then, let's see a response last night in a massive game against a team you're chasing in the playoff picture, and they were extremely lucky to get a point in that one. So I don't know. I think it's just not their year. Like, things have kind of caught up to them. Interesting to hear Wall's comments last night saying that he thinks that it shouldn't be too bad or whatever for Marner, and hopefully the fans can show some respect to him or whatever. And then I see Leafs fans online like getting big mad about like the disconnect between the players and the fan base again. So I would imagine he's going to get booed massively if the game in Vegas was any indication. You had Leafs fans traveling all the way there to boo him. So I think it's going to be a very unwelcome atmosphere for him, and I'm sure Vegas teammates are going to pick him up a little bit here and help Vegas to 2 points, because this Leafs team is a shell of itself on the blue line with these injuries.
Yeah, shell of itself on the blue line. Also missing Nylander, which hurts as well. They've just kind of been living off of some like fortunate depth scoring. Nick Robertson's looked like okay, come out and played a lot better this year than he has in previous years.
Just the streakiest player ever.
Yeah.
We'll go like 7 games with 7 goals, and then we'll be like a healthy scratch 2 weeks later because he's unplayable. It's crazy. Yeah.
Again, this team has just been dependent during the stretches on just like Austin Matthews scoring a ton and Joseph Wall playing, like, or whoever's in net playing over their head. Are we just like locking in Mitch Marner goal anytime, or anytime goal at any number at this point?
Absolutely.
All right. I feel like
you gotta want to see it. I want to see it bad.
Just
to see what happens.
FanDuel has some fun markets there priced out. Don't know what it would be just yet, but usually they have OT and OT winner, almost like as a pre-built parlay. You can get probably. I saw it in the Vegas. The first time they squared off Vegas and Toronto, it was around like 80-1 for Marner, for game to go to OT and Marner to score in overtime. So maybe might take a stab at that one. That would be a fun adventure. The positive note: this is the loudest the building will ever be, or has ever been, in the last 20 years. Even though we've been in the playoffs like 9 fucking times, but yeah, at least the building will be bumping.
Seats might actually be filled.
There we go.
More than halfway through the first period.
Yeah.
I just read the Joseph Wall comment that Alex was talking about, and like how the fans got on him. Like, what's he supposed to say? Like, I'm reading that quote.
So,
and like,
I know.
Like, there's nothing else he can say.
The funniest thing was I saw a bunch of stuff on Twitter in the first game. It's like, oh, Lawton's got to go after and jump on it for what? For what purpose?
They were teammates.
Yeah,
and the contention was like with like the fan base and the player.
Yeah,
not necessarily between the players.
Lawton's more likely to pull a Ty Domi and jump a fan than he is to do that to Mitch Marner at this point. So it's just, again, another reason why it's really hard to cheer for this team so many. I know we talk about deluded fan bases all over the map, but it feels like Leafs fans are very special. Some Leafs fans are very, very special breed. Anyways, enough talking about me and my team and what I like. Let's flip over and go through the games tonight. First game we have on the board here, We're going to start with the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina minus 300 on FanDuel. Totals at 6. Juice towards the over minus 118. Sorry, never mind. Minus 118. Alex, I'll let you lead with this one. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I got nothing here. This is a Chicago team that was kind of playing well for a little bit there, and I mean, just the lack of talent has kind of caught up to them again here. And it's ironic as they're starting to get healthy, their play is dipping again. So they've just been really bad over the last 2 weeks or so. Not much of an appetite to bet on this team. They're not generating anything, but I also can't get behind an under here because I don't like Carolina's goaltending situation at all. I think Carolina could probably do what they want here, and I can't get behind it over because I don't know if Chicago is going to be able to generate anything, but it's also just a massive number on Carolina. So, yeah, nothing for me in this game. I think everything's kind of fair, and I just don't even really have any leans here.
All right, no leans here for you, Alex. Seems like you're anti-Bussy is the sentiment. So money, anything you got in this game?
Yeah, nothing. Wow.
What's his name? Am I pronouncing it wrong?
No, you're good. You're
Spot on, man.
Okay, sorry.
Spot on.
It just caught me by surprise a bit. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Alex here. I think that Chicago's play has dipped, and it's been largely due to their defense. We are starting to lead chances again. Knight has been outstanding, and I think that he's been the reason why these final scores have not been more lopsided than they probably should be. And again, I've mentioned this about Carolina. It's just really tough for me to get a read on this team. These are I would want to look at the over here, but in a situation like this where Chicago's struggling, Carolina can pretty much name their score. This could be one of those games where Carolina just goes up 3-1 or 3-0 and just chokes it out. So I will sit this one out as well.
All right, let's move on to the next game on the board, which is the we're taking a look at the Stars. Taking on the Blue Jackets here. Pick them over on FanDuel 110. Both sides totals at 6 minus 124 towards the over. So Money, I'll let you lead on this one.
Yeah, so we can all acknowledge that Dallas is a good team, and Dallas is going to be okay going forward. They're going through a tough stretch. All good teams go through a tough stretch. It's okay. I didn't want to bet Dallas against Boston because I wanted to see something from them. I do think that I saw a lot of good things. I think that their play is going to start leveling up here. The price went down here because of Rantanen's injury. Actually, to be fair, it started going down before that. So we had Columbus at plus money. That's all gone. At this number, I like Dallas. I will be betting Dallas up to minus 115. And the biggest thing for me here is that I just wanted to see something from Dallas. And if I'm correct that everything's going to be okay, then this is a price that I want to get that I want to get behind them with.
All right, Alex, do you agree with somebody here with Dallas?
Yeah, I didn't bet it myself. Maybe I will eventually. I'm not going to double best bet it, although I definitely lean that way. And maybe eventually we'll join him on this. What I have more looked towards at this point now is an under with the over taking the money that it kind of has, but now it's kind of come back a little bit. I don't know. I think this is a Stars team that is very unpredictable right now. They're struggling to generate, but they have such a lethal offense that they're able to score on minimal chances. So it's kind of scary. And Columbus has that bottom out defense where they can just completely collapse in any given game. But they have been a little bit better. Not exactly generating the most themselves. We got the Greaves start here. under is the one thing that I'm like closest to right now in this one. But I haven't bet anything here, and I feel like if Columbus does keep taking money, and yeah, we can get even cheaper on Dallas, then I'll definitely be joining so money there. But I'm not going to force it. I don't have a ton today, and this is another one that I just don't have anything right now.
All right, not a ton here for you today. Waiting on the under, maybe that might pop. And waiting on Dallas, maybe that might pop. But so money does like Dallas -110. You can wait around or join our Discord at discord.gg/hammer if you want to hear what Alex has to say about this game later in the day. Maybe the number might be there for him. Talked about them off the top of the show. Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Boston Bruins tonight. First leg of the back-to-back before they head into Toronto, which the NHL conveniently organized that one player could avoid media questions. Also, another thing, Mark Masters, every fucking time this guy gets on the mic, he asks the least about Marner. It's like, bro, relax. Every fucking game. It's been like 3 weeks of this. It's like he's so horned up to ask that question. It's crazy. Anyways, let's talk about this game here. Vegas right now, -142 on the money line. Totals at 6.5. Juice towards the under -128. Alex, I'll let you lead this one. Anything here? Or is this is this nothing really here for you?
Yeah, nothing. Again, I was close to Vegas and an over, but I think the market was already kind of shaded that way because the potential for Korpisalo. And so even when we got Korpisalo, I didn't really rush to bet it. But I do lean that way on both of these, but I think the numbers are still kind of fair. So another game where I'm just kind of sitting this one out.
All right, sitting this one out. So money, passing the puck to you in the slot. You want to snipe top cheddar, or are you just gonna wait?
No, I'm going to shoot it wide.
All right, shoot it wide.
Nothing for me. I think that I think Alex touched on it. I would have it just took off too early. Vegas and Boston, it just I just couldn't get to it in time. It happens. I would have liked Vegas at -130. I would have liked the over at like less than -110. Neither of them worked out. So those are the ways that I would be looking in this game as well, but it's not going to work out with the pricing here.
All right, pricing's a little too wide for you to take on this game. Next game, Sabres, Montreal. Your Canadians, -125 on the money line. Totals at 6.5 towards that over, -112. I believe you made a little bit of a homer bet there that lost on Tuesday. Someone, I'll let you lead. No?
No, it did not lose. No,
I lost. Montreal won.
Oh. Why did I
too
write
busy reading up on this Marner stuff to feeding Masters questions to ask the players.
Anyways, so money, we'll let you take this one away. All right. Anyways, so money, we'll let you take this one. What's your? Oh, they did win. You're right. Yeah. Wow, they won. My bad.
Such denial.
Yeah, I just really wanted them to. I want the Habs to win. I want the Habs to make the playoffs. I don't want the Leafs to make the playoffs. I'm here on the record saying it. Team doesn't deserve it. Anyways, so money, I'll let you lead the way with this one. Any bet on this game?
I do have a bet on this game. So I'm not particularly impressed with the way that either team has played lately. I think that even though you see the results coming here and there for both teams, it's just not impressive. However, we're looking at the pricing here, right? And it's gonna suck when this game goes into overtime and Cole Caulfield scores and I lose another overtime game with the Habs. But I did bet Buffalo here. I like them at plus money. Again, don't like the way that either team is playing, but I think that Buffalo is playing a little bit less bad. So I will bet on the Sabres here if you're giving me the plus money.
Yeah, tons of plus monies out there. There's upwards of plus 109. Plus 104 at FanDuel is one of the better prices in market. Plus 104 for Buffalo. Are we going to get a little head-to-head here, the first head-to-head of the day for Alex? Alex, are you taking your les habitants?
So head-to-head on Tuesday worked out really well for the Habs.
Yeah.
So hopefully head-to-head again today can work out very well for the Habs. I did bet Montreal, not a bet I expected to make earlier today, but when it ran. And now I'm upset that we let off with Marner, but I feel like at this point we should have ended the show with Marner because there were minus 115s everywhere on the Habs, like literally right when we started. And now we're back out to like minus 120s and stuff, which is fine, whatever. Like there's still, obviously look around, there's still a minus 115, minus 117, but I think the minus 120s are fine too. I like the Habs. I wrote about Buffalo yesterday in the newsletter. I think this is a team that is struggling quite a bit without Josh Norris. It's still a small sample, but like, look, it's 4 games, but like we've also seen them without him before he came back, and they're a very different team with him in the lineup and with him out of the lineup. And I don't like how they've been playing again. I think they're like someone I talked about how this is a streaky team too, and I think they're getting back into another little bit of a lull here. At least in terms of the way they've been playing. Montreal, yes, they were up and down a little bit of late. I thought they were really good on Tuesday. They did respond the way they should have. They needed a late goal from Cole Caulfield to win that game, but that should never have gotten to that point. They were the better team for pretty much all of those 60 minutes. It was a very dominant game. Wild basically did some damage on the power play and 5-on-3 there. I watched this whole first game between Montreal and Buffalo. Montreal was good in that game. What ended up, winning it for the Sabres was the Habs got into some penalty trouble. And I'm not like one that's going to sit here and just complain about refs and say, but like that was a really poorly officiated game. And there was the Sabres game-winning goal. There was a clear holding the stick penalty that wasn't called like seconds before Buffalo scored. So I don't know. I like the way Montreal played in that game. I think we're going to see another response to them here, playing the same team a week later after losing to them in Buffalo. I didn't see anything in that first game to make me think they don't match up well with this team. And I think without Norris, this is still a Buffalo team that I'm going to try and fade a little bit here because I think the results are going to turn for them in the coming weeks without Norris before the Olympic break.
All right. Montreal for Alex, obviously. Buffalo for So Money. Head-to-head. We'll see who wins. One in the chat if you think if you think Montreal wins. 2 in the chat if you think Buffalo wins. Maybe we'll get like a little chat consensus here to see who the winner of the head-to-head is for this game. Speaking of Josh Norris, let's flip over and talk his old team, Ottawa Senators, taking on the Nashville Predators in the next game we have on the board here. Senators minus 114 over at FanDuel. Totals at 6, minus 122 towards the over. Alex, talk us through this one.
Another game where I got nothing right now. I thought Nashville was a little bit undeserving of that loss they took the other night. They got sort of shelled early on with more just bad goaltending. They suffered early on, and I thought they deserved better in that game. Again, this is a Nashville team that's playing really well. I am really close to betting Nashville here. I want to see if this keeps running because plus money isn't really available. Like you'd have to really look at a couple spots. I think Ottawa will probably keep taking money if like what we've seen with the Sens and Preds in market is any indication. And if so, I'll be interested in Nashville. But like, I do think Ottawa's playing better, and I do think they're starting to get a little bit of goaltending. So I do want to not just like jump in without getting a price that I'm comfortable with because, again, this isn't a Sens team I'm just trying to fade blindly right now because I do think they're going to be a little bit more competent in net, and when they do get competent goaltending, this is a pretty hard team to beat. So, if the Sens keep taking money and we can get the Preds at like, plus 105 ish or like the closer to plus 110 range, then I'll do it. But until then, I'm just gonna sit this one out.
All right, maybe we'll get there. Some Canadian sports books offering a plus 104 right now for the Predators. Maybe. The only thing you should be worried about, though, is if this Ottawa team can get more than 10 saves. So, there we go. Fix their issue. So, Money, anything you like in this game?
I do. I played the Predators.
Right.
I'm fine with the number. Anything plus money, I'm good with it. So, Ottawa, right? Let's look at their games here. They were struggling for a bit, and they are starting to play better, as Alex mentioned, but they're not getting the results here, right? So they beat Columbus, they beat the Rangers, they beat the Canucks, they beat Winnipeg. Those have been their recent wins. When they've stepped up in class, they've lost to Detroit, lost to Utah, killed by Colorado, lost to Florida, lost to Montreal, lost to Detroit. The way that Nashville is playing right now, I would put them just below those kind of second tier teams, right? So I would slot Nashville just below Montreal, just below Detroit, and which means that Ottawa again is stepping up in class. So if 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 the previous few games is any indication, Ottawa's not going to be able to step up to Nashville the way that Nashville is playing. Um, we're not playing the Rangers and the Canucks here, right? So I like the way Nashville is playing. I agree with Alex. They were unlucky not to win that game against Buffalo. It sucked, but it's fine. But tonight, I'll be betting Nashville. Ottawa's getting the goaltending, but we also don't know how long this is going to continue here, right? Like Reimer hasn't played in in how long, and like he's had a couple of good starts. So I'd be more inclined to bet against that continuing and Nashville's play continuing as well. So let's see. I'm betting against Ottawa not being able to step up.
All right. Betting against Ottawa, taking Nashville here, looking for plus monies out there. 3 games left on the board. You know what that means. Do us a favor, smash the like button if you haven't already. First time I mentioned that on today's show. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. And of course, if you have a friend who loves betting on hockey, please do us a favor and share this show with them as well. All right. Let's get into the next game. Panthers, Jets, -110 both sides over on FanDuel. Pick 'em out there. Totals at 6, -115 towards the under. So money. Talk us through this game.
Oh, so it depends on which Panthers team shows up.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, I'm starting to worry a little bit about the Panthers. All this time I've been saying that everything's fine. They're going to be okay. We don't need to panic about them. But the way that, and I know they've had injuries. So, I mean, we need to put that into context as well. But even with the injuries, I mean, you don't lose 9-1 to Carolina, right? You don't lose 4-1 against San Jose, right? So like, I'm kind of concerned that there might be something more there. But against Winnipeg, a team that has played better. Yeah, so it's a tough one for me. In the end, I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
Because I do want to see more from Florida, or not more, something from Florida, and I want to see more from Winnipeg to kind of start betting them again. Like I still have a lot of scar tissue there from betting the Jets earlier this year, so it's gonna take me a little bit to start believing in them again.
All right. Gonna pass on this one for so money. You're gonna take a little bit to believe in Florida. Well, just actually move towards Winnipeg here. If you had to bet Florida, what number would you need as we lose Alex?
If I had to bet Florida,
Yeah.
I would need I would need plus money on Florida at this point.
Right now, -102 at FanDuel. We might get that plus money. Just wick there. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
I really hope not.
Okay. All right. Somebody might be forced to bet it. Alex, anything you like in this game? Oh, you're muted, Alex. Give us. There you go. You're back. You're back.
We're good?
Yeah.
All right. Not right now. I agree with everything So Money said. I do want to bet an over eventually in this game. It's very possible I don't end up betting one, but like the way Florida unders are still kind of taking money and Winnipeg unders are definitely taking money pretty regularly. I still think that these teams are not necessarily over teams, but should not be lined at 5.5 or plus money 6. And if we can get those plus money 6s or those, juiced over 5.5, I'll do it. So that's one that I'm just kind of watching and waiting on right now. Florida has been pretty rough defensively. And look, at one point you dig yourself too big of a hole to climb out of. And they're getting to that point now where like they really need to string together some wins here before the Olympic break to not give themselves like an insurmountable task when they come back from Milan. So I think they're going to have to open things up a little bit to generate offense. but like the numbers have shown that they're struggling to they're struggling to keep the puck out of their net, and defensively they're struggling to suppress chances. But at the same time, like maybe they try and get back to their core of what they do best, which is play that good defensive hockey in order to win hockey games. So I do want to, again, be price sensitive here. And I will need a better number to get on this over. But Florida has been playing some pretty high event games. And if we do get that plus money or 5.5 flashes, then I'd be pretty interested.
All right. The 6+ money or the 5.5 flashing for the total over here. 2 games left. Pittsburgh Penguins taking on Edmonton Oilers. Oilers right now at home -178 on the money line. Totals at 6.5 towards the over -118. Alex, you lead the way with this one. Talk us through this game.
Nothing for me here. This is a lot of injury stuff to kind of parse through in this one, with obviously a pretty banged up Pittsburgh blue line, and now on a back-to-back. But like Pittsburgh continues to play well despite, I mean, you see what they're trotting out there on the back end, and the fact that they're still winning games and playing good hockey is a testament to the work that they've done there. Without Draisaitl, we saw last game the impact it could have on Edmonton, struggling to score goals against New Jersey. They did end up losing that game. I just can't bet against them here, even with how well Pittsburgh's playing. I know it was just too big of a number early on, and it's just run to a point where like I'm not going to lay this with Edmonton, but I'm not going to chase a number on Pittsburgh either. So another one I'm just sort of sitting out here. Would have liked to potentially have an under in this game, just given no Draisaitl and what impact I think that's going to have on Edmonton and how they've sort of shifted their play and played some good defensive hockey without him. But with Pittsburgh's injuries on the back end, it's too hard to stomach. So I don't know. Not my favorite card tonight. Just I've tried and trying to get some plays here, but just not a whole lot I've been interested in so far.
The only thing you've been interested in so far is fading so money. Apparently, that's the only bet you have for today.
One time, I would put it more as betting my halves than fading so money, but sure.
Okay, so money. Anything you like in this game?
I would have passed.
Yes.
However, since we've been on air, the over has taken money in this game.
Yep.
And I don't agree with that. So we are going to bet the under. We should be able to get plus money on the under 6.5. Alex touched on Draisaitl. Completely agree. But dare I say that both of these teams should be close to being classified as under teams? Pittsburgh plays, and they've shown for the last little bit here, they actually play well defensively. Sometimes the scoreboard doesn't reflect that because their goaltending can be inconsistent at times, right? And I'm being generous there, but they do play well defensively. Injuries on the back end are a concern, but I think that we captured that with the run up on the total, right? So if we are already at a juice 6.5, again, I always ask the question, if it's already been lined there, where else do you need it to go, right? So I think that opens up an edge for us if it's plus money on the under 6.5. It sucks that we don't get Skinner. It would have been nice to see him, but it's just not the way that it worked out. Regardless, Shilovskin, I mean, he's your typical neurotic goalie, right? Like sometimes he's going to be outstanding, sometimes he's going to shit the bed. So hopefully we get the former here. So under 6.5 at the plus money is what I need.
All right, under 6.5 plus money is what you're looking for. Their last game on the board, Red Wings taking on the Wild. Funny thing last night after Detroit beat Toronto, I got a message from someone who's, I don't think he's ever messaged me before unless I messaged him first. Joey Kanish just says Wings. I was like, do you want to get wings or something? Are you in the city of Toronto? I'm like, oh, you're talking about your Red Wings. I'm like, buddy, the Leafs suck. I want them to win. I wanted the Wings to win. Why are you giving us free points here? What the hell are you doing? Anyways, Detroit Red Wings right now on a back-to-back, plus 126 on the money line. Minnesota, minus 152. Totals at 6.5, minus 122 towards the under. So money. Last game on the board. Anything you like for us here? Any final bets before we head out?
Yeah, it's ran quite a bit here. I would have liked Minnesota cheaper. Um, I I don't like betting against my Red Wings. We'll get Talbot in net. I mean, he's been fine lately, but it's just he's no Gibson. So um, nothing's working out for me here, you guys.
All right, skipping this one, on to the next one. Mr. Joey Pucks maybe can come on and share something with us here, but never responds to me. Anyways, Alex, to you. Anything you like?
I'll let you be the judge of whether or not you can give me this one, but I like the Wings if we can get plus 130.
Yeah, I'll let it
for
fly.
me.
I'll let it fly.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
yeah.
I mean, I thought so, but it's
No.
yeah. There's
wouldn't say- yeah.
there's like bunches there.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I like the Wings at that price. Again, a Wild team that's just really banged up. I think we're seeing it starting to catch up with them now. Kind of a tricky spot first game back from that road trip. And look, I mean, Detroit's playing. Their underlying numbers aren't like great, but I mean, they're just a really frustrating team to play against, a hard team to kind of break down. They don't give you a whole lot of space. And I think with Minnesota and like their injuries up front, that's kind of a bad matchup for them. And I just thought this number opened up too high last night after that Wings win. Opened at plus 138 where I was looking. So I bet that. And I think still it looked like there was no chance I was going to be able to give this play out on the show. But since we have been on, it got kicked back up from like plus 122 back up to just about plus 130 again. So yeah, I at this spot, I'm good to bet the Wings and continue to fade this Wild team that I do really like, and I do think it's a really good team. But again, they're just like the players they're missing are such key, like Eriksson, Ek, Brodin, and Boldy are just such good players. Like it's hard to miss that much talent from your lineup and not have it significantly impact what type of product you're putting out on the ice. So this is a Wings team that apparently is immune to injuries. I don't know what's going on in Detroit or what's in the water over there. But apparently they clean their water situation and they're of great health right now. So yeah, they cannot get an injury at all. It's wild how few man games lost they've had this year. Their basically entire lineup has stayed healthy aside from like a couple of guys missing very small stints. So that continuity in the lineup, I think we're seeing the result of that. And they're atop the East right now, and it's hard to knock them in too many areas right now.
There you go. Like you said, there must be something in the water. And I know it's a big night for you because if Detroit wins, you'll be heading to Wild Wings to get some Wild Wings after a Wild Wings win. I was just trying to do like a Wild Wings, but I don't know. Anyways, we're going to skip this. It's been a long day for me. Alex, recap what you had here. Montreal minus 120 and a head-to-head versus So Money. Detroit plus 130. That's all you got. So Money. Dallas on the money line minus 110. Buffalo plus 105 on the head-to-head. Nashville plus 100. Then Pittsburgh and Edmonton. We need that under 6.5 plus money is what we're looking for. Before we head out here, Alex, thoughts? Team USA added someone to their roster. But it was not your boy Lane Hudson. What's the dealio with this?
It's crazy. I'm happy. I want Lane Hudson to get some rest. Guy is like a sicko, and they're unable. They had to force him. They had to have a forced day off for him a couple weeks ago because he's literally on the ice every single day. It's insane. So I want him to get a nice break because this guy is on the ice constantly. But I think it's absolutely insane to not have him on the team right now. I would say he's a easily top 10 defenseman in the league. Never mind, a top 7 or 8 American defenseman in the league. But Bill Guerin doesn't see it that way. Maybe a little butthurt over that L we handed them the other night. So it is what it is. I don't know. I'm sure you saw the Canadians admin tweet the Caulfield goal, the winner, and just simply the only text in the tweet was at US Hockey, and tweeted the clip of the Cole Caulfield winner. So I thought that was some pretty good work by the social team.
I love that.
Hey, also it's so good. So good. Also in terms of the recap, Jason, you can throw me down if you want for Vegas tomorrow though.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Vegas minus
Vegas minus, what is it, 113-ish, 118? Let me find it.
It was. Now it's minus 118, but there's a lot of minus 110.
All right, we'll give you 113 there.
115 is fine. You can do maybe split the difference here.
Sounds good. Vegas 113, and I will be betting that because I will have a lot of fun tomorrow at the game. Alex, I feel like you're like live to go to that game just to view, like just to see the meltdown that would happen in the stands.
I would have loved to go to that game. Things are. I just need to get a little bit of rest, maybe first, and we'll see if maybe I can make it down there tomorrow.
We'll see what the polar vortex has in store for us, anyways. Someone I don't know.
Oh my God, we're in for a miserable weekend. It sounds like.
Yeah,
miserable weekend.
Should be fun. Excited, especially for those who have weddings on the weekend. Should be fun. Anyways, appreciate you guys joining the show. Appreciate so many of you and Alex coming on. Hopefully no polar vortex hits Vancouver. I think you guys are good. I saw the weather recently.
Vancouver's, just like the worst thing of Vancouver is that you're gonna get some rain, but like yeah, it's all good here, man.
I think the worst thing in Vancouver is having the Canucks, but other than that, it's all smiles and sunshine. Anyways,
can't have anything.
Appreciate you guys joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Sounds good. Thanks,
see you guys.
Awesome stuff there from the Edgework crew. I hope you guys enjoyed us. Do us a huge favor. Oh my gosh, smash the like button if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. If you know anyone who loves college basketball, if they love NHL, if they love the Oscars, betting on the Oscars, betting on the NFL, click that little share button in the bottom right hand corner. Send it to a friend. They might get some enjoyment out of it. Not only will you make my day, but you might also make someone else's day. So look at that, 2 days made. You are in the bright column in terms of karma right there. So make sure you guys do that. And as always, appreciate you guys tuning in. Tomorrow, live, same time. You know the drill. Jack Miller's going to be on for a prop show and a couple other people who will announce tomorrow. Just follow us on Twitter to see who's going to be on that show. Anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been the Thursday, January 22nd edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Bang Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. We'll see you guys right here tomorrow.